With Valentine's Day coming up, use these tips to make your relationship more romantic. All you need is some time together and a few love notes. Has the honeymoon phase of your relationship ended? Do you feel like you're growing apart from your partner? Do you feel like your relationship needs a reset button? Don't worry, this doesn't mean you're not compatible or that you're about to break up. It's normal for long-term, committed relationships to go through ups and downs. If you answered yes to even one of the above questions, your relationship is probably not in trouble. You probably just need to work on bringing romance back into your relationship. And even though it's work, it can be fun and easy to do, I promise. Here are 8 easy ways to remember why you fell in love in the first place. 1. Show your partner how much you appreciate them. Practicing gratitude is a powerful skill. Just to name a few benefits, it makes us happier, more energetic, and more willing to forgive. So why not put those strong feelings to use in your relationship? What about your partner do you love, admire, and appreciate? Just thinking about this every day on your own will be helpful, but you can also share what you think with the person you're thankful for. Saying thank you to your partner is a surefire way to keep your relationship happy. 2. Daily deposits of love. Do you know how it feels when you do something nice for someone else, but it also makes you feel good? Why not try those feeling good deposits on your partner every day, in addition to doing good things for strangers? Before they go to work, surprise them with their favorite coffee drink or tell them how nice they look. Both of you feel good, so it's a win-win situation. 3. Write your love letters. Start doing things the old-fashioned way and write letters to the person you love. Because who doesn't like getting snail mail? You can write them a note every day on the bathroom mirror or once a week on paper and mail it, even if you live together. 4. Set up a time to talk about your plans. Most of us know that date nights are important, but what if you planned one to share, or go over again, your individual goals for your relationship and your goals for the relationship as a whole? Set aside some time to talk about how you see your relationship growing, changing, and expanding, as well as how you want to keep growing together. 5. Get back together in the sheets. There is no right or wrong amount of sex for each couple, but you can't get away from the fact that having any sex will make any relationship work again. Sexual chemistry can be built up in any relationship, and having more of it will only make things better between you and your partner. This tip is easy and a lot of fun. So just do it. Tonight. You and your partner will be grateful to me in the future. 6. Set up a weekly time to hang out. Spending time together is the only way to bring romance back into your relationship, so don't leave it up to chance. Plan to do something together every week, just the two of you. It doesn't have to be a big deal, cooking a meal together could be enough. No matter what you decide to do it as a team. Lean on each other and help each other through it, just like you need to do in your relationship. 7. Make sure your conversations are linked. Talk to your partner and ask them questions that will get them to talk in a real, deep way. You can ask something as simple as, "How was your day?" But tell yourself that you will only listen and not make comments, ask questions, or give advice. Turn off everything else and make a plan to listen to what they have to say. 8. Find out what they want. I could give you 100 more tips on how to refresh and revive your relationship, but your partner will always know better than me what will do the best. Ask them what they want to do. Experience? Feel? And you should ask yourself the same things. Then keep doing those things with each other. See? It can be easy to get the spark back in your relationship, and didn't I tell you it wasn't that hard? All you need is attention, intention, and a willingness to do it, and you're already more than halfway there by reading this article. Which of the above tips will you use to make your relationship more romantic? Tell us which ones you like best in the comments. Valentine's Day is a great time to rethink what love means to you, no matter how forced or cliché it may seem. I've picked out 6 things that people often say about relationships that aren't true or at least don't help. Instead, I have 6 rules for Valentine's Day. Some of these are for new relationships, while others are more important if you've been with the same person for a long time. To get people to like you, you need to be smart and charming. Valentine's Day rule: great relationships start with great conversations, not with one person showing the other how much they know. People may be surprised to hear this, but your date, or whomever you're having dinner with, wants to talk to you, not hear you talk about yourself for 2 hours. When you talk to someone well, you learn more about them. It brings people together by finding things they have in common. It helps you both understand the things that are important to each other in life or at work. The next time you're having a conversation, think about whether you're talking at the other person and trying to impress them with your easy wit and easy answers, or whether you're drawing them into a conversation that makes them want more, not less. Line number 2, pay attention to your own needs and make sure your partner knows what they are. Make sure you're with someone who can meet your needs. Valentine's Day rule: find out what the other person wants and help them get there. Modern therapists stress how important it is to tell your partner what you need. That's fine up to a point, but you shouldn't be a doormat. But the best way to build a relationship is to understand the other person's needs, priorities, and dreams, and then help them meet those needs or reach those goals. I've read well-known advice columns where marriage counselors say that if your needs aren't being met, you should just leave the marriage. This is ridiculous. That is the very definition of being self-centered. Ask anyone who has been happily married for 20 or 30 years, and they will tell you that if you base your happiness on having a partner who will meet all your needs, you will always end up bitterly disappointed and probably divorced. Our own needs never end, and no one person can meet them all. Do you know for sure what your partner has planned for this year? Have you spent an evening with them talking about their hopes and dreams? Have you thought about how you could help them get their most important things done? You can't be a good partner if you don't think about the things these questions bring up. And when you're not a good partner, you shouldn't expect someone to put you on a pedestal. Number 3, you have to believe in yourself and praise yourself. Valentine's Day rule: the best thing you can do for your partner is to believe in them. It has been true since the 1960s that you can't love others if you don't love yourself. Theoretically, that may be true, but the most powerful thing you can give your partner is your unwavering belief in them. If you ask any successful entrepreneur who had to work hard to get where they are, they will often point to a spouse or parent who believed in them deeply and always. Is it a coincidence that many US presidents, like Bill Clinton and Barack Obama, had mothers who believed in them and helped them grow up? Even though it was hard for the young Beatles to get a recording contract, almost every record company in the UK turned them down. Their manager, Brian Epstein, was the only one who truly believed in them. He told anyone who would listen that the Beatles would be bigger than Elvis, and he was right. It's a powerful gift to show that you believe in your partner and say it repeatedly. Line number 4, there's something magical about first impressions. You can tell right away if there's chemistry and if the other person is right for you or not. Valentine's Day rule: don't give up on a relationship just because it starts awkwardly. Some of the best relationships start out looking pretty bad. Most of the time, the things that make us like someone at first are superficial and based on old evolutionary needs. These things, like physical attraction or the other person's income or job title, don't always mean that the couple will get along well and stay together in the long run. Also, we move on if we don't feel like we click with someone right away. To know if a couple is compatible, you need more information than just 1 or 2 dates. The truth is that a lot of great relationships start weirdly. As you get to know each other better and find things you have in common, like a similar upbringing, similar likes and dislikes, shared values, and beliefs, etc., you may find that your feelings for each other grow. Your relationship can also get better when you realize that some of the things that were bothering you at first are good for each other. Don't try to change your partner is the 5th lie. Valentine's Day rule: People need both truths and love to grow and reach their fullest potential. Love is not when you accept everything someone does. It means you're not taking care of your partner as you should. A new study shows that constantly praising kids can make them anxious and afraid, not sure of themselves. Any parent can tell you that children become spoiled and self-centered if they don't have any rules or limits and are always told how special they are. That's why I always laugh when I read about a celebrity whose spouse says, he can do whatever he wants and be whomever he wants to be in our marriage. It's a way to encourage immature, teen-like behavior. We all know that most Hollywood marriages don't last very long. People who have been together for a long time know each other better than anyone else. They are in a unique position to help each other become their best selves by giving each other advice and being honest. Who is going to tell you when you've crossed a line or done something selfish? Your friends and people you work with won't do it. We learn and change because the world around us tells us what to do. And when you're older, your spouse or partner is one of the few people who will tell you things as they are. But, be very careful about what you do. Telling your partner how to act all the time doesn't work. You must first be seen as someone who believes in them completely and loves them no matter what. The other person will only pay attention if you hold them accountable every once in a while, in a very gentle, loving way. Of course, it doesn't only go one way. You should not only be willing to give your partner caring feedback, but you should also be willing to hear it from them. And think about how you would feel if the standards by which you were judged were the same ones you had set for others. Have you thought about that? Line number 6, if you've been married to the same person for a long time, your biggest problem is that you don't do enough new and exciting things together. Valentine's Day rule: having a few deep, trusted relationships is the key to happiness, success, and contentment in life. In a recent article in a national newspaper, the author talked about how hard it is to keep a long-term marriage going. He talked about deadening routines, cyclical arguments, and repetitive conversations, as well as how hard it is to keep excitement and passion. These are all real risks. The main reason they are problems, though, is that our culture tells us lies about what makes us happy and what we should expect from love. Infatuation in the first 18 months of a relationship is very exciting, and we now know that it makes a certain part of our brains work. But that rush of serotonin always wears off and is replaced by a calmer, more satisfying feeling that we have to accept. The problem is that our society sends us subtly different images and messages, such as, hot sex is like oxygen, and we'll die without it, when you're 65. You need to look like you're 45 or something's wrong, successful people who work so hard deserve to let off steam sometimes, and so on. The problem is the way things are set up. It's not realistic to think that excitement in year 20 of marriage should be as intense as when you were first falling in love. Putting that aside, you can have a long-term relationship that is alive, interesting, and full of love. Even though some people seem to think that Valentine's Day can make up for 364 other days of being lazy and self-centered in a relationship, you won't be able to completely change your relationship over one candlelit dinner. But you can start to set things up. You can start with some easy but important questions, like: what are you doing right now that makes you the happiest? What do you hope for? Don't talk after you ask this question. So, tell me what you think about. It could be almost anything. What can I do this week to help you? What's something you've always wanted to do but never got around to? A vacation, a hobby, a skill, etc. A vacation, a hobby, a skill, etc. Or, tell me how you're doing. How are you feeling right now? So, on February 14th, think about these Valentine's Day rules. If you're just starting, don't just look at salary or how someone looks. Give the other person your full attention and spend time getting to know them and what they care about. And don't think that the movie of your life together will be exactly like the movie trailer, which only shows the exciting and dramatic parts.